guys, I'm Mariah and today I'm going to be showing you how to get this really beautiful bronzy smoky eye using all Hynt Beauty products. Let's get started. So we're going to start by priming our skin and we're going to be using Skin Prep Serum today. And I'm going to use my fingers to put this on my face. Now that my skin is prepped and primed, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Duet Perfecting Concealer. I'm going to use a concealer brush, and then I'm going to apply it by starting under my eyes, going up my forehead, down my nose, so I've hit all of my problem areas that I'm really trying to conceal. I'm going to start on all the areas that I applied my concealer, and then I'm really gently going to blend it up so that a little bit of product ends up everywhere else. And then also taking any excess product that we have on our sponge and kind of working it down onto our chin and our neck. I'm going to go in with my Finale Finishing Powder in Translucent Pearl. I'm going to use a fluffy brush, just a small one like this, and I'm going to set underneath my eyes first. I find that if I wait too long, I end up with a lot of creasing under my eyes, so I always like to set under my eyes and on my eyelids first. Now I'm going to set the remainder of my face, so I'm going to be using the Voodoo Pure Powder Foundation in Soft Beige. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. I'm going to pour a little bit into the cap and lightly apply it all over my face. Now that I have an even base and everything is set, I'm ready to start on my eyes. I'm going to take my eyebrow definer in the color Espresso. I'll be using a small eyebrow brush that has a spoolie on the end. These are really great. You should have a spoolie for sure if you are doing your brows and filling them in. It's really great for blending everything out and making sure we don't get too harsh of a line. So I'm going to start by brushing my eyebrows up and then gently starting to fill in by just flicking kind of hair-like strokes. I like to pick up product and then kind of dab it off and put the bulk of this product in the center of my brow. I'm going to kind of define really well right here underneath, and then use the product here to build out my arch and pull it down the tail. I like to take my brush, I don't need to add any concealer, there's already some product left over, and just gently outline and make sure we have really crisp edges. And we're looking for a little bit of an ombre effect here. We don't want to go too dark right here on the inner side. I like to really be light-handed here, and I will use my brush after I've done everything else and there's not a lot of product on it, and I'll even go in and wipe it off just to make sure we're not going to be super heavy-handed here. I'm using the Sweet Eyeshadow palette in the color Sweet Canyon. I'm going to start by taking a fluffy brush and I'm going to dip into this beautiful shimmery red. I'm going to tap off any excess color I have, and we're going to be applying this mostly to the outer corner of our eye and kind of into the crease. So let's start by patting it into the outer corner of our eye. And we're going to take this and then start gently sweeping into the center and into the corner. So we're focusing most of our product right here. This is where we want the most oomph from our color. And then after most of the product has been laid down, we're taking our brush and using that to blend in towards the center of our eye. And what you can do is once most of the product is gone and on your eye, you can use the same brush to start pulling it very gently and lightly up. Now that this product is applied, I'm gonna go in for my smokier color. This is the darker color. This is this beautiful brown here. And this is what's going to give us a really rich, smoky eye. I'm taking a smaller, fluffy brush that's a little bit stiffer. I'm dipping it into the product, tapping it off, and I'm going to start by pressing once again in the outer corner of my eye. And I'm gonna try to create a little bit of a V. So we'll start here, and then we're going to press it into our lash line, our outer lash line, and then up into our crease. And we're going to use the same technique where we're going to start pulling this product really gently in towards the center and inner part of our eye. Now what I like to do is I like to take the previous brush that we were using for the red and dip it very lightly into our red color. Tap it off, and I'm going to just kind of blend out this little bit of harsh line that we've created using the darker brown. And now you just have to do it on the other side. And I'm going to pull my eye taut, and I'm going to start lining right up against my lash line. I'm going to take it all the way into the center and all the way over here to the side. And you really want to make sure you're kind of shimmying the pencil into your waterline. That's going to give us a really complete and beautifully finished look if we make sure that we don't have any of sort of the pink skin color showing through. And I'm going to take my wing out a little bit dramatically. And the way we're taking our liner is you want to line it up from the outer corner of your eye to the tip of your eyebrow. And that's kind of the direction that you want your eyeliner headed. So I'm going to take it up. And then once I get my wing kind of the shape that I want, I'm going to pull it in from just below the tip that I just created here, and I'm going to connect it. So now that I have my wing the way I want it, I'm going to take this beautiful smudgy brush that comes on the cap of our eyeliner. I'm going to pull my eye once more, and I'm just going to start smudging this top part of my liner. I'm really gently just kind of blurring the top part of this liner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my liner one more time, and I'm going to smudge it into my lash line because I want to remain really dark on the bottom here. I'm going to take it up this bottom part of the wing as well. I want a nice blend up top, but near my eye, I want to keep it nice and dark. Next, we're going to take a kind of flat, small brush, something that's not going to kind of get product everywhere. We want something controlled. So I'm taking this little guy, and I'm going to dip him right here into my brown color once more. And I'm going to pat this right on top of that liner. I'm being careful not to get too close to my lash line. Again, we're trying to keep that area really nice and dark, but just using this to kind of smudge out and blend our smoky eye. You can also take it and kind of also go up again into this crease and get a little more definition here. So I've gone ahead and applied lashes off camera. They're totally not necessary to this look. I just love having a dramatic finish to my smoky eye. You can also do a more subtle version of this eye using the same exact techniques, just with a little bit less color application, a little bit less of a winged liner, and you'll still have a really beautiful look that looks fantastic with just mascara. So now to finish our eye, we're gonna go back in with our little tiny flat brush, and we're going to put a little bit of color underneath our eyes. I'm going to use the brown color near the outer edge. And once I have the color where I want it, then I can start smudging it a little bit. And I'm gonna stop this right at the center of my eye. Next, I'm gonna take our middle color here, and I'm gonna lightly press that in underneath the center and going towards the inner part of my eye. So now I'm going to be using our Nocturne mascara to finish up our eye. And if you're not doing lashes, you can still use this technique. The way that I love to apply mascara is to place it at the base of my lashes and shimmy it and then pull up. So we are ready to complete our look. We are gonna go in and we are going to finish our face. Sometimes I like to do it before my eyes. Today I wanted to make sure, since I was doing a heavier smoky eye, that I wasn't gonna get too much fallout that I would have to wipe away and then fix afterwards. So we're going to take a bronzing brush or a blush brush, whatever you have. And we're gonna dip it lightly into our bronzer, tap it off into the cap, and we're going to hit right here in the hollows of our cheeks. So you can kind of suck in your cheeks and see where that natural shadow is. So I like to start kind of right here near my ear and then slowly work my way towards my mouth. And you can see how beautifully sculpted that is with just a little bit of product here. We're also going to take this bronzer kind of up at the top of our forehead near our hairline. I like to make sure I push it into my hairline a little bit to make sure my scalp is really light, and I don't want there to be kind of a line there, so I like to blend it back a little bit. And then also it's important to get right here, connect it from your forehead down to your cheek. And I'll also take my brush and I'll flatten it with my fingers really good. And just with a little tiny bit of product, you don't even need to add any, I like to sweep it on the sides of my nose. You can just use your finger to kind of lightly tap it out, blend it out. You can also grab your sponge and use that. It should have a little bit of concealer product on it still. Just kind of tap around it, make sure it's not too heavy. Now we're going to take our Alto Matte blush in Sunset Pink. I'll tap it on the back of my hand, make sure that it's not going to be too much, and then go in and apply. And we're going to do this to the apples of our cheeks. It helps to smile. And then we're going to take it up our cheekbone, so a little bit above where we placed our bronzer. I'm going in with Aria Pure Lipstick in Bellini Nude. What I love about their lipstick is, number one, the formula is incredible. It's super hydrating. It has a slight gloss to it. It's not matte, but it feels beautiful on your lips. And my lips are a little chapped, and I definitely need a hydrating lipstick. And it comes with this lovely little compact on top and some chapstick. And I'm actually going to create a little bit of an ombre here. I'm going to apply this lipstick like usual, and then I'm going to use some concealer in the center to create a little bit of a pout. So I'm going to grab a little bit of concealer and pop it right on the center of my lips. And it's really important to top it with that chapstick that comes with the lipstick to make sure, because concealer can be really drying. We don't want our lips to dry out. And then I'm going to use my finger and really gently pat it out. All right, lastly, we are going in with our Lumiere Radiance Boosting Powder. And I am just going to get a fluffy brush, just a guy like this. And this is going to add the most beautiful shimmer and highlight. I'm going to add this right on top of my cheekbone. And what I like about this is that it isn't like a strong highlight. It just has, it's a beautiful powder with a little bit of shimmer to it. So we're not gonna get that overly glazed look. We're just gonna get a really nice little sheen when the light hits us. And there we have it. This is our gorgeous sunset smoky eye. I love, love, love this look. It's super bronzy. It's really great for vacation. It's good for date night, for a night out with friends. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can like, comment, and subscribe to see more.